I want to tell you about something that happened on Wall Street this week. Quietly, while everyone was watching the tech earnings. The New York Times. AI is eliminating jobs on Wall Street. Not someday, now. Goldman, Morgan Stanley, jpmorgan, replacing entire layers of their research infrastructure with AI. Here's what they buried in paragraph 6, and here's why it matters to anyone who'd rather work alone than work the room. For decades, the research these banks produced was the moat. Analysts costing hundreds of thousands per year built DCF models, earnings previews, industry reports. Solo investors got the watered-down version. Delayed, behind a paywall, after institutions acted. The real insight lived behind $200,000 Bloomberg terminals and relationships that only formed at the right conferences. The research wasn't just expensive, it was a social network. Research plus relationships. Data plus access. If you couldn't afford the first, you couldn't get the second. What's happening isn't just efficiency, it's capability. The Times describes entry-level analysts being replaced wholesale, not reduced, replaced. One bank CEO said, "AI gives us places to go we haven't gone." Not cost-cutting, capability expansion. And here's what that means for everyone who is locked out. When a bank replaces 100 analysts with AI, they've inadvertently open-sourced their methodology. DCF analysis, earnings call synthesis, pattern matching and 10K filings. Not proprietary anymore. Reproducible by anyone with a good model. The moat was research plus relationships. AI just dissolved the research half. GPT 5.5 scores 84% on a benchmark testing the cognitive work of 44 occupations. Finance and research analysis were on that list. Let me show you exactly how this works. Old workflow. Bloomberg terminal, analyst reports, sell-side calls. New workflow. 3 steps. Step 1. Pull the last 3 10K filings into Claude. Ask, what changed in capital allocation? And what does that say about margin assumptions? Step 2. Pull all earnings call transcripts. Ask, what did management avoid answering? Step 3. 3 competitor filings. Ask, where do capital intensity numbers diverge? And what does that imply about where demand is going? You just did what an analyst team bills hundreds of thousands a year to produce. Alone, at your desk. But here's where it gets better than the old model, not equal to it. Sell-side analysts have a conflict. They need management to keep taking their calls. AI doesn't have that conflict. It removes the incentive structure. 3 years ago, the bottleneck was data access. You didn't have it. 2 years ago, synthesis speed. You had data, but couldn't process it. Now there's no bottleneck. The data is yours. The synthesis is yours. The incentives are finally yours too. 4 hours for a week's worth of work. I ran this workflow last month on 3 companies. 4 hours total. Sharper than anything from paid research. The structure, the questions to ask, the tensions to notice, the divergences to flag. Better than most sell-side because it has no agenda. It doesn't need management to keep taking its calls. 2 things AI still can't do: proprietary channel data and feeling the room. But most people never had those advantages. Now they have the same analytical toolkit as Goldman Sachs. The banks built their moat on research plus relationships. AI dissolved the research half. The relationships, conferences, dinners, let me make a call. That was the half you couldn't play. A moat evaporating. Only the half that was keeping you out. The tools are yours. Subscribe if you want more quiet power moves.